Hey everyone, welcome back. We're diving deep into something pretty interesting today, something that might even seem a little controversial.
Yeah.
We're talking about why good enough is actually deadly
Mhm.
in today's digital world,
Yeah.
especially for all you startup founders, entrepreneurs, and marketing execs out there. This deep dive is for you.
You know, what's funny? Good enough used to be, well, good enough.
Right.
But the game has changed. And honestly, the research backs this up in a way that should make any business leader pay attention.
For real. We've been looking at some really fascinating data from McKinsey, and honestly, it's kind of mind-blowing.
Yeah.
Their research shows that companies with top-tier websites, the ones that go way beyond just good enough,
Mm-hmm.
are absolutely dominating across the board.
Yeah.
Higher profitability, better customer retention, bigger market share, you name it, they're winning.
And you know what? It's not just about having a pretty website.
Right.
It's about understanding that your website is the face of your brand in the digital world. It's often the very first interaction a potential customer has with you.
Yeah.
And that first impression, well, it can make or break you, literally.
Okay, let's break this down a bit. We're talking about fractions of a second here, right?
Right.
Like how fast are we talking when it comes to making a first impression online?
Think blink of an eye fast.
Hmm.
We're talking 0.05 seconds. That's all it takes for a user to form an opinion about your website.
Wow.
And get this, studies show that a whopping 75% of users judge a business's credibility based on its web design alone.
It's crazy.
So yeah, those first impressions, they really are everything.
It is wild, isn't it? I mean, I know I've definitely clicked away from websites that felt clunky or just outdated. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
And I bet a lot of our listeners have too. It's like, if a company doesn't care enough to make their website easy to use, do they really care about their customers?
Exactly. And that's the message that a good enough website sends, whether you mean to or not. It says, we're not really invested in this, or we don't really care about your experience. And in a world where users have thousands of options at their fingertips,
Yeah.
that's a death sentence.
So we've established that good enough just doesn't cut it anymore.
Nope.
But what does this actually look like in practice?
Yeah.
What are some of the real consequences of settling for good enough when it comes to web design?
Well, first and foremost, you're going to see a hit to your conversions.
Okay.
Think about it. What actions do you want users to take on your website? Maybe it's signing up for your email list, downloading a resource, or making a purchase.
Right.
If your website is confusing, if the navigation is clunky, if the calls to action are buried, those conversions are going to plummet.
So basically you're leaving money on the table.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's not just about lost sales. A poorly designed website can also damage your brand perception.
Oh, yeah.
Users are savvy. They've been trained by brands like Apple, Amazon, and Netflix to expect a certain level of polish and sophistication. If your website doesn't deliver that, it can make your entire business seem outdated or untrustworthy.
And let's not forget the impact on SEO. Where do those good enough websites end up in search results these days?
Yeah, that's a huge piece of the puzzle. Google and other search engines are getting smarter and smarter. They understand that user experience is key to a website's quality and relevance.
Right.
So if your website is slow, clunky, and difficult to navigate,
Well,
guess what? It's going to get buried in search results.
it's like you're invisible to millions of potential customers searching for solutions online. And in today's digital world, invisibility is basically the same as being out of business.
It really is. And we haven't even talked about the biggest challenge yet, the shrinking attention span of the modern user.
Oh, right. Didn't we see that the average attention span is down to like 8 seconds these days?
It's true.
I feel like I can barely hold on some days.
It's an 8-second world. That means you have 8 seconds to grab a user's attention, communicate your value, and make them want to stick around.
Wow.
If your website isn't delivering that value quickly and seamlessly, you've lost them.
So how do we actually combat that? It sounds like we need to create these mind-blowing, captivating websites in order to even stand a chance online.
Well, it doesn't have to be about reinventing the wheel every time.
Okay.
It's more about understanding what today's users expect
Right.
and then delivering on those expectations consistently.
So what are some of those expectations?
Hmm.
What makes a website truly exceptional in the eyes of today's users?
Well, let's think about some of the best digital experiences out there.
Yeah.
Companies like Apple, Amazon, Netflix, What do they all have in common?
They're all incredibly easy to use. You can find what you need instantly. Everything loads super fast, and the whole experience just feels smooth and effortless.
Exactly. They've set the bar for what a great user experience should be.
Right.
And here's the thing. Users now expect that same level of quality and polish from every website they visit.
Even if it's just a small startup or a local business.
Absolutely. Gone are the days when you could just get away with a basic static website. Users are savvy, they know what's possible, and they're not going to settle for anything less.
Okay, so we need to be thinking about those big brands, those digital giants when we're designing our websites.
Yeah.
But what does that actually look like in terms of specific design choices?
One of the biggest factors is speed.
Okay.
We already talked about load times,
Right.
but it goes beyond that.
Yeah.
Does your website feel snappy and responsive? Do pages transition smoothly? Every millisecond counts.
I know our team at SparkFlow is obsessed with mobile optimization too.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It's not just about looking good on a desktop anymore. You've got to make sure the experience is seamless on phones and tablets too.
Exactly. And speaking of seamless, we need to talk about navigation.
Okay.
Is it intuitive? Can users find what they're looking for quickly and easily? Can they complete the actions you want them to take without getting frustrated?
Think about those websites where you click around and you're like, wait, where's the contact form? Or how do I even buy this thing?
Yeah.
It's like a digital scavenger hunt gone wrong.
Exactly. You don't want users to have to hunt for information. The goal is to make the entire experience as effortless as possible.
Okay, so we've got speed, mobile responsiveness, intuitive navigation.
Yeah.
What else are we missing?
Well, we've talked a lot about functionality, but we can't forget about aesthetics.
All right.
Does your website design truly reflect your brand? Does it convey the right message, the right tone, the right level of professionalism?
Right, because at the end of the day, a website is a visual medium. You want it to be appealing, engaging, and visually representative of your brand identity.
Exactly. It should feel cohesive and aligned with your overall brand messaging. And it should, of course, be visually stunning.
Yeah.
You want people to land on your website and think, wow, this is a company I want to do business with.
So it sounds like we're talking about a pretty significant shift in mindset here.
Yeah.
It's not just about throwing up a website anymore.
Right.
It's about creating a truly exceptional digital experience that aligns with your brand, captivates your audience, and drives real results.
Exactly. And it might seem overwhelming, especially for startups and smaller businesses with limited resources.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Investing in a professionally designed website is not an expense.
Right.
It's an investment in the future of your business.
It's like building a solid foundation for your online presence.
Yes.
And once you have that foundation in place, everything else becomes so much easier.
It's true. A great website can help you attract more customers, generate more leads, build stronger relationships, and ultimately achieve your business goals.
And it all starts with understanding that good enough is simply not good enough anymore.
You've got to be willing to go above and beyond to exceed those ever-evolving expectations. That's how you stand out. That's how you make a real impact in today's digital world.
So for all of you listening out there, I want you to take a moment and think about your own website.
Yeah.
Does it load quickly on all devices? Is it easy to navigate? Does it reflect the quality and professionalism of your brand?
Because if the answer to any of those questions is no, then it might be time to reconsider that good enough approach.
So what's the next step for someone listening to this deep dive and thinking, okay, I get it, good enough isn't good enough, but how do I actually know if my website needs a makeover? Where do I even begin?
Well, the first step is to take a good hard look at your website analytics.
Okay.
What are your bounce rates? How long are people staying on each page? Are they clicking on your calls to action? Are they getting lost or frustrated?
Right.
The data will tell you a lot.
Data is key, for sure. It takes the guesswork out of it. But what if someone's looking at their analytics and they're just not sure how to interpret the numbers? Or maybe they're seeing some red flags, but they don't know where to start making changes.
That's where partnering with experts can make a world of difference. Look for a web design and SEO agency that understands your business goals, your target audience, and the ever-evolving digital landscape.
So you're not just looking for someone to slap a new coat of paint on your website.
Right.
You need a team that can help you create a truly strategic digital presence.
Exactly. You need a team that can help you craft a website that's not only visually stunning, but also optimized for conversions, search engine visibility, and a seamless user experience.
Because a cookie-cutter approach just won't cut it.
Exactly. You need a custom-tailored solution that aligns with your unique brand identity and business objectives.
And that's where we come in.
That's right.
At SparkFlow, we help businesses of all sizes move beyond good enough and create those exceptional digital experiences that drive real results.
We take a holistic approach combining data-driven insights, cutting-edge design principles, and a deep understanding of user behavior to craft websites that not only look amazing, but also perform exceptionally well.
And we don't just build websites and then disappear. We
Yeah.
partner with our clients every step of the way, providing ongoing support, optimization, and strategic guidance to ensure their online presence continues to evolve and thrive.
So to wrap up our deep dive today, I want to leave you with this thought. Investing in a great website is investing in the future of your business. It's a decision that will pay dividends for years to come.
It's about recognizing that your website is your most valuable digital asset. It's your storefront, your marketing hub, your 24/7 sales representative. It deserves to be treated as such.
Don't settle for good enough, aim for exceptional. And if you're ready to take that next step to elevate your digital presence and see the incredible results that come with it, we're here to help.
Thanks for diving deep with us today. We'll be back next week with another fascinating topic. Until then, keep those websites optimized and those conversions flowing.